Fisherman in a Box guy, I see good things in his future, right? Based on in that video that I've just put in Master B, I don't know, about an hour and a half into his live stream, he's talking about back in the day when he was running live events, and the live events were quite elaborate with like all sorts of like big ensemble cast of people that are doing things that he's organising. And he's exempling it because he's talking about people who are paid to perform in front of a lot of people, and after they've done a really good job, they come off stage, go to him, "Why didn't the stage manager thank me?" It's like, you're being paid because you're good at doing your job. You don't need thanking constantly. Get out of my way. That was his example.
Sometimes you'll see a movie and it'll be so stupid that you just think, didn't anyone watch dailies?
Or read the script.
Well, how often have you worked with actors who haven't?
More than I'd like to say.
Yeah, people don't believe that. So often an actor will come to the floor and have no idea what we're shooting. It's really like, hello, we're paying you all this money.
The cries of this widow will echo around the world like a battle cry.
When I say Earth is round, you're not being open-minded by saying, I wonder if it could also be flat.
So thanks everyone for joining us here in Hawthorne. Thank you specifically to Anna for joining us from Johnson Space Center. And
You might not know these, but I'm doing the Super Bowl halftime show. And if you didn't understand what I said, you have 4 months to learn.
In a little while from now, I'm not feeling any less sound. I promised myself to treat myself and visit a nearby town.
NASA's Artemis 2 is set to send astronauts around the moon for the first time in more than 50 years.
Their key concern centers on the Orion spacecraft's heat shield, a system designed to protect astronauts from the extreme heat when they re-enter the atmosphere.
Well, planet or star, when that thing burns out, we're all gonna be dead.
Climbing to the top, throw myself off in an effort to make be clear to whoever what it's like when you're shattered.
In a fairy tale reality, indoctrinated into you and me, brainwashed teachers repeat endlessly, when we were all far too young to see, when it was too easy to believe.
NASA says its wet dress rehearsal, which was previously moved up because of freezing temperatures, will have to be pushed back, which also slides back the earliest launch date to Super Bowl Sunday.
I don't think NASA should be flying a crew on this vehicle. It's a deviant heat shield. We know it's a deviant heat shield. We do not know how it's going to fail or how we can predict it's going to fail.
Right here, you mentioned the hydrogen leak, and we're also hearing other concerns, like one former astronaut engineer who told our Tom Costello that this could be too dangerous for some specific engineering reason. Take a listen to what he said.
Society doesn't just tolerate idiots, it actively worships them. Not consciously, not deliberately, but through a series of psychological and social mechanisms that consistently elevate stupidity while punishing intelligence.
The moon mission has been delayed due to the winter weather in Florida. Artemis will be launched from Cape Canaveral. The window for the manned mission was initially set for at least February 6th, but because of the extreme cold in Florida, NASA is pushing that window back at least a couple more days.
Who gets the most attention, the most followers, the most influence? Is it the careful thinker who admits uncertainty, the person who examines issues from multiple angles before forming opinions? No, it's the loud one, the confident one, the one who simplifies everything into sound bites and never admits doubt.
Tina Cook will be the first woman to see the moon up close. Obviously, there'd be a lot of girls of all ideas watching. Is that important to you, that they look at you and say, that could be me? We're in this world where we've chosen that everyone who has a dream gets to work equally hard to achieve that dream. That if you have something to contribute...
Intelligent people ask uncomfortable questions. They notice what's broken. They challenge assumptions. They threaten existing power structures. Idiots don't do any of this. They accept what they're told.
Well, extreme cold has forced NASA to reschedule its next moon mission. Tonight, the massive Artemis II rocket stands on Launch Pad 39B at the Kennedy Space Center. Like Apollo 8 in 1968, it won't land on the lunar surface.
Now, you're never going to be 100%. Okay, I mean, that's just the nature of the business, and it's not just speak like, a lot of things. But, there is some risk in this, but from all the technical analyses that I've heard of, it sounds like we've got good confidence that we are in a good position to go ahead and launch.
Repeat approved narratives, support existing systems, and society, especially those in power, prefers this immensely.
We won't see the engines fire up. NASA engineers, we're going to be watching things like tank pressures, countdown sequences, and system sensors throughout tonight's rehearsal, which will be a major factor in deciding when Artemis II can officially launch, potentially as early as this weekend. It also depends on what happens tonight. A lot of ifs here.
The actual space frontier is still held by NASA.
The person who knows the least speaks the most, and society rewards them for it.
Liftoff will start in T-minus 10 seconds.
I really believe that if you can imagine it, and not fantasy, just, daydream, but if it becomes a part of you, if it is something that you conceive in your imagination, you can give birth to it. It can be done.
Leave some for the fish, right? What? But that's not why I brought you here.
Good morning, Saints, and welcome, dun 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 dun, to the Critical Christian Crowd. I'm your laconic lay leader, Lon Licky, live from West Central Minnesota, in the land of the autodidacts. Me, Margaret, the moose, the fish on the wall, our number one fan. And look at all the chitty chatsters in the chat room on this beautiful, super vile, stupid bowl day. It's our 5th annual. Well, good Morgen und wie geht's es Ihnen? And I get to use all my German this morning. Heiligas, Saints. Heiliger, Saints. Yeah. Was ist los? Ist doch Clusterfoods. Clusterfoods. Große Scheiße. All my German friends will be going, you can't say that. Yes, I can. The German algorithms at the Tube of Fuel be losing their mind. Anyway, this was supposed to be a huge day today because, in case you didn't know, NASA has postponed 2 separate launches on the Artemis 2, 2 postponements, and now they will reschedule for March. They were supposed to go on February 6th, which was yesterday, and they were supposed to then go on Super Bowl Sunday, which is today, and none of that happened. What a surprise. Boy, we got all sorts of new countries heard from in the chat this morning. Pretty easy peasy day today. Daryl Moran Photography is in this morning. Power Mix is in this morning. Those are new countries heard from. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Wie geht's es Ihnen? Yeah, but this is the day. This is the day. And like I said, it was supposed to be a huge day. We were supposed to get a NASA blast off for 3 men and a woman who are going to go around the moon, and the Super Bowl, and Bad Bunny, and Erika Kirk and her all-Republican superpower entertainment program, and Kid Rock, and the Jelly Man's going to show up somewhere, and the Olympics. This was supposed to be huge. Yeah. You could have figured that they could call NASA and go, oh, we got enough going on in the symbology and rituals, all the mess. You guys put yours on standby for a while, okay? Oh, beep, nominal. Okay, we'll do that. What a wild. It's just insanity. That's, if you know, you know. If you don't know, you don't know. It's that simple. Where's that little piece? Maybe I can run that real quick if I can find it. I love that. Like I told you, it's pretty easy today. I don't know. Oh, there they are. There they are. You either get it or you don't get it. Tell 'em.
There are 2 types of people in the world. People that get it and people that don't. And the people that don't get it know who they are.
Thank you, ladies. That's right. You either get it or you don't get it. And those who don't get it, they really don't get it. They don't get it at all. So, NASA postpones. The NFL is literally unwatchable. And like I say, I got a team that I enjoy watching. That's it. They didn't make it. Few do. This is always a good reminder, too, on Super Bowl Sunday, Super Vile Stupid Bowl, the idolatry and the disappointment. The majority of teams, these professional millionaires who play a 12-year-old's football game, yeah. 31, there's only 32 teams. 31 of them are losers. Bragging rights for one? Okay. But what good does it do you? What good does it serve you? I don't know. They're millionaires playing a 12-year-old boy's football game, a multi-billion-dollar business that's governed by a league that is so woke you can't even recognize it anymore, and by a Las Vegas gambling industry that is international. worldwide across God's static breadth realm. So, if you want to believe they're playing for reals, you can go ahead and believe that little thing too. So anyway, that was fun. In the intro, I wanted to bring up too that I've been a big fan of Bonhoeffer, Dietrich von Bonhoeffer, the SS Nazi Christian who railed against Hitler and the National Socialist Party of Germany when Hitler came into power. Bonhoeffer said, "No, this isn't good. As a Christian, we can't do this." And he was a part of that Operation Valkyrie, and he ended up ultimately, being killed because he was trying to assassinate Hitler. A little history for you this morning. But Bonhoeffer had written a series of letters on stupidity and the 5 levels of stupidity, and it got a lot of play. And then about 50 years later, Chipola wrote a similar thesis on the stupidity of man. And then recently I've been studying a little bit about Schopenhauer, the philosopher, and his point was humans are idiots, and the people who get the most attention in the press and talk of the town. And Schopenhauer, I always want to call him Schoppenheimer. It's not, it's Schopenhauer. The stupid ones get all the attention because they don't question anything. They just are given the narrative and then they promote it, and because they're like Neil deGrasse Tyson, big and bolsterous and verbose and blustery and well spoken, they get the attention. Well, that's what we're looking at. That's exactly what it was. But I love that Jesus first said all of this, and then the philosophers and the martyred Christians and the professors all took those words out of the Bible and said, yeah, mankind is pretty stupid. God is no respecter of man. And when the boys asked Jesus himself, oh, Master, you're so good, Jesus said, no man is good, not even I. What? Yeah. That's some hard biblical truth for you on a Sunday morning. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. So I got a bunch of features here to do. Like I said, I'm going to play it pretty loosey-goosey this morning. It's a fun day. It's a big celebratory day here in the fish house, the stink house, the loft, the box. It is the great-grandmother's 88th birthday today. Yes. So we celebrate her first day on Earth Day today. And for those of you who can't do the NASA math on there, great-grandmother is my mother. And she's still alive. Amazing. Because you're an old fart. That's true, Margaret. If I'm an old fart, you can just imagine what my mother is. She has aged much better than I have. Much better. So anyway, congratulations to her. Happy birthday to her. It'll be nice. And that's big news in Satan's place, that she's celebrating that. The other one in the grandmother news is this thing, when you turn your propaganda box on, and for those of you across the pond, Aunt Sally and Nathan and a few others, here in the United States, we have a national alert, a national Amber Alert for an 84-year-old grandmother who appears to be missing with a bloody nose. And she's the mother of a pretty television word reader. And they just get constant 24-hour coverage of this thing. Then you're going to ask yourself, as always, why? Why? There are plenty of people who get kidnapped and killed and raped and murdered, and just why stay on this one topic and it's got to have been more than 3 or 4 days now. Why? Well, you want to hear my hypothesis? It's not a hypothesis. It's not science. Nathan will yell at you. Yeah, Neil will yell at me too. It's not a hypothesis, just an idea. That's all it is. I think that the poor mainstream media, pretty word readers on television, are losing numbers in mass quantities. So what better to do than put one of their pretty word readers in the national spotlight to bring, just like what NASA does. People stop paying attention to NASA. What do? They blow up a bunch of stuff or kill, unalive some astronauts. And then the whole nation goes, I think that's what's going on. But I'm just a stinky old fisherman. What do I know? Anyway, it's going to be interesting to see where Grandma turns up to or where she's been. Super Vile Stupid Bowl, the Olympics, that's the news. That's the news. And like I say, I was all ready to go with this NASA thing because once they take off, if they ever do, and I don't think they will. Well, I mean, we know they won't. Their little story, their little show. But I'm prepared for the 10-day space SUV journey that they're going to make. 3 men, 1 woman, all in a capsule the size of an SUV. And have I got some delicious clips of them telling on themselves. Here's where the bathroom is. Here's our seats. We wanted you to invite you into the Orion capsule to take a look at, even though it's tight quarters. And listen, it just goes on and on and on. And you look at it and you say, well, none of this appears to be very functional or practical. And it's certainly not very logical that you would spend 10 days in an SUV without ever getting a chance to roll down your window. You can't roll down a window in outer space, you idiot. The sky vacuum would suck their guts out. Yeah, okay. Well, they can't roll their window down, and they can't stretch their legs. They can't stop and get out and stretch their legs. They can't do that. They can't use the bathroom, although there's one in there. Like I said, it's this. It's illogical, it's impractical, and it's non-functioning. We're going to go a step further to show you even the simplicity of their launch and landing, which is the only 2 things that they can kind of do successfully. Launch and landing, everything in between is nonsense because, don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget, boys and girls, it's all parabolic. It's all parabolic. What goes up must come down. All right? Capiche? All right. So anyway, we're going to have some fun with the fact that, and we've been saying this and by the way, February 7th is my anniversary, my flat earth birthday, February 7th. That's when I got the digital download, the thunderbolt from the heavens, and went, the earth is exactly the way the Bible describes it. Yeah, that was the day I got it. That was the day. So, happy birthday to me, too, yesterday. Let's take a look at the fun that NASA provides for all of us, shall we? Get yourself a cup of coffee and settle on in if you've missed these. Here we go.
We only have one more scene to do and we'll be done with what I think has been an exhausting but wonderful 9 months.
Let's talk about a major setback for NASA and the quest to go back to the moon. These are live pictures from Pad 39B where the Artemis 2 mission will remain grounded for at least another month.
Is that not the truth? Thank you. And, of course, if we're going to get through this, we're going to need patience and to keep our cool. So everyone, let's work here now. Let's really make it happen.
As we reported yesterday, crews were working through a number of issues during dress rehearsal.
Let's go, people! Let's go! Let's make magic!
Thank you, sailors! Roll sound!
Speed!
Camera!
Rolling!
Marker! And so juicy, 9:45, take 1.
And action!
At 1 o'clock, NASA mission specialists are expected to break down what happened during wet dress rehearsal, the challenges that they had there, as well as what's next for Artemis 2. Now, that wet dress rehearsal, we have been explaining it to you for days, but just a reminder, it's that critical test. That is a simulated launch and practice countdown.
Let's try it again. Roll. All right, everybody. Camera. Rolling. Marker. And so, Juicy, 9:45, take 2.
And action.
Well, it shows they're in a very precarious situation. Okay, hydrogen is insidious. It's the smallest molecule. It can easily leak. This caused many issues during the Artemis 1
and so,
countdown.
Juicy, 9:45, take 3.
No pressure. Roll out one mistake. Let's go. And action.
My dear Mr. Ambassador, you have served your country beyond its ability to repay. Our boys did not die in vain. The Versailles Treaty waits. And so, you're off to France.
Am I? No! No!
Safety limits, now they're targeting a launch in March. Again, that news conference is expected to begin at 1 o'clock. We'll not only be streaming it on WESH.com, but we will bring you the updates starting on WESH News at 4.
You got it! Brilliant! That's a wrap!
It's something else, isn't it? We know, we know. It's theater. It's all space theater. And it just fits together. It just ties together so effortlessly. And like I said, we for years, like I said, 9 years for me. But one of the first things we all learned, you, me, us, we all learned, was that geez, now I lost my train of thought. That's what you get for calm down. I should calm down. What was I going on the actor thing? Somehow it'll come back to me. Anyway, in the meantime, until it does, the whole football game on this Super Vile Stupid Bowl day, the football game has been forgotten about. It's really, I had to think to remind myself who was even playing. And I don't know if there's much. Yeah, there's a little bit of talk about the logo having the same colors as the emergency broadcast panel. We'll see. We'll see. I never discredit the pay-attentionist people. The people who do pay attention to stuff like that, they got a pretty good track record of being true. So we'll see. We'll see. But the game? Who is it? It's the Seahawks and the Patriots, Dingleberry. Yeah, okay. The Seahawks, Seattle. That's a lovely town to visit, isn't it? Yeah. And the Patriots, they're just a dynasty. Nobody likes them. Patriot fans are like non-smokers. You just don't want to be around them because they just incessantly drill you with, we're the best there is, and I don't even know why people play, and we have Tom Brady, and you shouldn't smoke. That'll kill you. You know that, right? It's just that's what Patriot fans remind me of non-smokers, the belligerent, the bony-fingered non-smokers, not the kind and understanding non-smokers. Yeah. Anyway, so that's that. And like I said, NASA just keeps dumping out this great material. Oh, I know what it was. The one form of transportation that has gone backwards in the last, what is it now, 54 years? Space travel has gone backwards. They just can't seem to get it right. It's the O-rings. They got an O-ring problem. Yeah, they got an O-ring problem, all right. And they got a heat shield problem. They got a leaking liquid hydrogen problem. They just can't ever fix these problems. They can't fix them. And that is amazing to me. They should have their own show.
From the outermost reaches of the universe to the innermost planets of our solar system, this is space, the infinite frontier.
We spoke with two former longtime NASA engineers who are worried about the safety of the spacecraft, saying that it could put the astronauts' lives at risk.
And welcome to Space, the Infinite Frontier. We've got a great show lined up for you.
Is it safe for astronauts, humans, to go on this mission on Artemis 2?
I would say no.
Hi, hey, now, kid, we all know that the moon is not made of green cheese.
I have to say, from the data I've seen with regard to this heat shield, if I had to rate it A, B, C, D, I'd rate it F. And there's no way you put crew on an F heat shield. You are just tempting fate.
Why would you do that? Curiosity, I guess. Heck, I'm curious like a cat. I have a couple of friends that call me Whiskers.
Understand the limitations of the heat shield on Artemis 2, and it's incumbent upon us to fly within those limitations.
The obvious.
Hey, what about this?
You know, I understand we take risks, but we don't have to take unnecessary. And I'm praying for the crew, because I don't want to see that happen.
Why would you think that? I guess I'm just a worrier. That's why my friends call me Whiskers.
Can NASA confidently say it's done everything in its power at this point, given those risks, to avoid?
It's not rocket science. Just say yes and we'll move on.
So both of the former NASA engineers suggest sending robots on the spacecraft instead of humans. They say that the U.S. was already first to put astronauts on the moon, so that there is no rush here. We asked NASA's Howard Hugh about that. He said there is no pressure on the timeline of this mission, and if it was not ready to go, NASA would not hesitate to say so.
There's such diametrically opposed positions there.
Such differences, and the reality is there are risks. How much risk do you take? That's the debate.
Well, Dr. Wallen, it has been a pleasure. We've covered a lot of ground, shared a few laughs. Thanks for coming on.
Orbit. Tomorrow, NASA is scheduled to conduct a dress rehearsal for the Artemis 2 mission. Its official launch could happen as soon as February 6th.
What? Well, apparently Albert Einstein died 42 years ago. You know what? We'll try and get him anyway. See you next time.
Oh, brother. Uh-huh. So the interesting comment there that I picked up from NASA, and they'll give you little clues.
I'd rate it an F.
You'd rate it an F.
It's an F. It's a clear F.
Oh, excuse me. Yeah, the stink ship, and they were already signaling, performatively signaling, with their psychological projections and making sure that you, me, us, we got the message. Oh, this is dangerous. This is dangerous. We give them an F. They shouldn't go. Well, they didn't go. But what are they trying to do? What are they trying to introduce something else? You know, I don't know. But she did mention this. You know, there's so much risk. How much? Well, there's no risk for robots. And, of course, back in the beginning of their space program, they used monkeys and dogs, all right? And they killed a whole bunch of monkeys and dogs, shooting them up in the air with Wernher von Braun's spaceships and Walt Disney's spaceships. Now they're talking, well, they can't put monkeys and dogs back up there because PETA would be outraged. How dare you put a dog in space? How dare you take one of Neil deGrasse Tyson's nephews and put him in or ancestors, a monkey, and put him in space and kill him. Now, those days are over. But you can put a robot there. Attention, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. We'll be putting AI-driven robots into outer space with our augmented virtual reality and our 4K. Now, you can't even tell the difference between AI and real. And we'll be continuing on with our outer space narrative under those defined new principles. Oh, okay, that's fine. Well, I guess no more pooping in outer space for you then, right? I guess you guys don't have to worry about that.
The big one that astronauts, kind of like the secret handshake that astronauts pass down from one to the other because nobody on the ground can train it, is managing all the bodily functions. Because you get that wrong in space, and you don't have any more friends on board anymore.
That's true. That's true. That's true. No, Kate, what about showering? How do you shower? You don't.
Not really running water.
How long are you guys up there? How long is the actual journey going to be? 10 days. Same clothes?
Probably.
But for now, we'll keep looking at the moon and wonder about the mysteries it still holds.
Assuming the SpaceX lander is ready, we plan to launch Artemis 3 in mid-2027.
Don't forget the big, we're going to the moon. Let me get my good radio voice on. We're going to the moon in 2024. NASA has announced, with the voiceover from William Shatner himself, we are going to the moon in 2024. Tick-tock the space clock. No, they didn't. They were going to land on the moon in 2024. I'd say you're a little late, NASA. That's the given. I mean, listen, we drive this point home that they're just foolish and silly. And I don't know how anyone can pay attention to the illogical positions they take, the impractical positions they take, and the non-functioning positions they continue to take over year after year after year, all at a massive expense to the American taxpayer. $25 billion a year. Every year they delay. Every 2 years they delay, it's $50 billion. Every 4 years they delay, it's $100 billion. I look forward to the day they defund. You know, and like, I know we got a few of the boys from Flat Earth Debate in the chat here this morning, FED. And I will continue to play this clip from Nathan and one of the panel members over there because it's foolishness. We do it because we like mocking them. It's pure entertainment. It's space theater. The fact that some people think it's real, well, that's Santa Claus for adults. But here's the skinny on it.
I don't want people to throw the baby out with the bathwater in the sense of what Americana is because a bunch of Nazis pretended that they landed on the moon. Do you know what I mean?
I do and I don't. It's. I'll just tell you why we don't talk about NASA. So my comparison when it comes to NASA is Narnia. There's an area that you can't go to that other men claim to go via a wardrobe and take pictures of lions. Likewise, there's a men claiming to go into an area of volume, 10 to the minus 17 torr, a sky vacuum, that violates a law of nature known as the second law of thermodynamics. Gas fills space. We would have never developed gas pressure if the sky was a vacuum. And when you know that, everything that is claimed to come from there, including but not limited to trips to the moon, is bunk. All of it. Instantly.
Yeah. That's it. It's all bunk. It's nonsense. It's fugazi. It's Havel. It's waterless clouds. There is no rain that falls down onto the static breatheth rain in the form of the Word of God. No, it's a mess. It's all lies and deception and a trick of the devil, a snare. And it's been going on for a long, long time. I got another clip here of these ISS astronauts and we're going to ride this pony if they ever take off, if they launch in March. And then I got to go back to work. And I'm trying to get a trip to Florida. But, well, they say it better. I'll just shut up.
How do we go to the bathroom when we're not inside of the spaceship? And I guess that refers to our spacewalks. And I guess there's not any delicate way to say this. We both wore adult diapers, and just in case we needed to use them while we were out during the spacewalk. I think sometimes you have to use them even before you get out the hatch. The process of getting out for a spacewalk takes a long time, and so you just got to be prepared for it. But you know, it's the best view for a bathroom anywhere.
Yeah.
And if you need to use the bathroom in space, you can use the toilet up towards the ceiling. We don't know too many details here, but let's just say privacy is somewhat limited.
To the damn bathroom. For 40 minutes a day?
You going to use the bathroom on the ceiling?
We're T-minus 0 here. I put a lot of faith in you.
You use one. I think not. And if you would, then you're just insane. Insane in the membrane.
In the membrane. Yeah, silliness. Absolute silliness. And like I said, we're going to ride this pony all the way to the finish line with them. And like I said, I don't think they can go back. There are too many people who are on to their nonsense, and I just don't see them doing it successfully with 4 human beings, 3 men and 1 woman. Somebody brought something in the chat. What did Ed say? Same clothes? Yeah, it gets worse than that, Ed. Not only do they have their same clothes. Here, I'll give you a little nugget to think about. Everybody's seen them when they load them. Excuse me. When they load them up in their little space SUV in the capsule, they need help, right? They got to sit them in there. They get their little footstools out. They get their feet adjusted. And they get their helmets on. But they got people helping them do that, right? So it gives the perception of, oh, this is important and people have to do this. And well, what happens when they get up there in their 10 days? I got a clip where he says, yeah, we have to take these helmets and bulky spacesuits and our boots off once we get into orbit. Well, where does that bulk go? All right. And if you are using the bathroom in a SUV, that poor young lady, there's no privacy at all. And you got to get, I've said it before, I'll say it again, you've got to get buck naked to do it. Now, if NASA has devised another way to go to the bathroom without getting naked from the waist down, I wish they would share that technology. And you hear people say, oh, they got a hose and a vacuum system inside of what? NASA told you they just took that big bulky suit off. They're flying around up there in their little flight suit and their heat thermals. And they got diapers on because of the Alan Shepard drill. I'm getting way ahead of myself. Way ahead of myself. But I just think it's hysterical, as I know many of you do. The other point I wanted to bring up here, too, I think that was pretty much it. I got one more.
You have a straw right here at your mouth. You can just drink all the water you want.
Everybody wore diapers at some point, so I guess if you're an astronaut, you're just going back to your roots.
So, excuse me if I have to go to the restroom a few times a day.
You can have a shower, because there isn't one. And it just keeps getting sillier and sillier when you look at this International Space Station.
Or 10 days without rolling a window down, without stopping to stretch your legs. 10 days without going to the bathroom. Okay. Like I said, we got a little scientific experiment to put together. 3 men and a woman in an SUV taking a 10-day trip across the United States without ever rolling your window down, without ever stopping to stretch your legs, without ever stopping to use the bathroom, and all that requires. Whereas how much food, how much water, how much oxygen, because they don't have oxygen out there, all these support systems to keep them alive for 10 days, that's all got to be stored somewhere. Doesn't make any sense. It's illogical, it's impractical, and it's non-functioning. So you pray that people use their noggin that our good God in heaven gave us to figure this thing out. But some do, some don't. Amazing to me. Absolutely amazing to me. That was another quick hour. And it's nice to see our usual numbers back. And you're right, Neil. It is modern day Tower of Babel. And people always say, well, if it was a Tower of Babel and God knocked down the Tower of Babel, why doesn't he knock NASA down? Well, because NASA's not going anywhere, and God knows it. They go up, he doesn't have enough time to knock them down. They knock themselves down. Babel, The Tower of Babel was a physical structure that he had to knock down and then separate them, give them their own language, toss them over to Asia and Australia and South America, North America. I love it. I love that idea. And it certainly makes sense, doesn't it? Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm going to try to wrap this one up a little early. Like I said, it is the great-grandmother's birthday, and I got some things to attend to. I just wanted to make sure I didn't miss anything. Yeah, and the other thing on the Super Vile Stupid Bowl day today was, remember the old days when the ads used to be entertaining and fun? And now they're all political and they're messaging, and nobody cares really much about them. Nobody cares about the football game. They just seem to be focused in on this. I didn't really talk about this part of it. The battle of the political entertainers. The battle of the political entertainers.
The cries of this widow will echo around the world like a battle cry.
Dun 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 dun. Have you seen the memes and all the promo pieces of the grieving widow Kirk standing up in her sequins and all that mess for the alternative Super Bowl party? If poor Charlie Kirk is dead, and there's no reason to believe he's not, right? He is rolling in his grave. You know, I was having this conversation with someone the other day too. You know, why kill Charlie Kirk? You know, there are plenty of examples in the Bible where God took somebody out because he didn't want to expose them anymore to the evils of the world. Better to save your soul, right? And than to lose it by doing all this worldly stuff. This sequined Christian disco head, she and the jelly pole fit like two peas in a pod. Yeah, they love taking Jesus on parade in their rock and roll shows and their sequins and their fog machines and their music tracks and their light bars and their sound stages. That is great. That is what they grievous to the heart. And it's all political. It's all political. So they've done a fine job of, bringing it right down to this, and it's a mess. You can go ahead and laugh, Aunt Sally. It is funny. The grieving widow Kirk. That's what she is, right? She's just fulfilling my dead husband's density, his mission here on earth. Let me tell you something. When somebody dies, their vision is over. As soon as somebody else takes it on, it's not his vision. It's not. If something were to happen to me, Margaret's not going to slide up to this chair and go, okay, nothing happened. Yeah, everything changes. Something happened, all right. He's dead. It's not his anymore. It's the TP USA has now turned into Toilet Paper USA because everything's changed. It's all different. And it didn't take, 3 days after he was dead? She was marching, prancing her sequin little hiney out on big stages with pyrotechnics and everything else. That's silliness. Come on. I can't be the only one with eyes to see, right? I know Aunt Sally sees. I'm just so glad to see Aunt Sally here on a Sunday morning, and all of them. Mrs. E slipped in too. Wonderful. Well, I think that's it. Let's wrap things up. I think I covered everything. Margaret, give me some music. I did forget. Why do I always forget that? 3 questions. And I had scripture too. We'll see if we can't wrap it up and get right to the button. Can we be in this world and not of it? Tough day today for a lot of lukewarm Christians, because they'll be putting those idolatry jerseys on. Like I say, I'm not a hypocrite. I used to be there. I just came out of that mess of yoking myself to a ball team and wearing the wares and feeling like I was a part of it all. No, you're not. No, you're not. You people who pay extra money for VIP tickets to go backstage, the performers endure you. That's it. People who buy the jerseys, they don't care. It's all about the money. It's all about the filthy lucre. So, can we be in the world? Not of it. Pray so. Can we be still? Can we be patient on this day? Can we go to the prayer closet, do something else? I don't know. There's nothing wrong with watching the game. But boy, oh boy, to get caught up in all that mess and the conversation too. You know, we do it here. I give it its due diligence for what, 45 minutes? Then that's it. I don't care. Go ahead, worship the Bad Bunny, worship the grieving widow Kirk, worship them all, and that's what they're doing. Jelly roll. Oh, let me do this. Let me finish up. And can we endure to overcome? Because that's what Jesus is looking for. People who can overcome, endure all this mess, and then overcome. All right. I did have one. Stop the music. There. Thank you, Margaret. That's pretty good. What about a raise? For a cookie jar? You lost your mind? Yeah. And Neil said it right in the chat, too. I just watch football. Yeah. Listen, God has blessed all of us, but those he has blessed with athletic prowess, it's fun to watch the best of the best. It's fun to watch that. You say, oh my God in heaven, what skills did you give this individual or these individuals or these men on a team or women or, you know, the crippled 40-year-old who's skiing downhill and still winning a gold medal. That says a lot about the competitive structure of the Olympics this year. Who'd you get beat by? 40-year-old woman who had a bad knee? Oh, that's good. But lost my train of thought. But no, it's you watch the people who God has blessed and be thankful for it. It's a football game. It's a game. That's all it is. It's bread and circuses, right? All right. What did I want? Oh, I wanted to make a correction on the jelly donut, the donut roll. Got a lot of blowback, not a lot of blowback. Most in my crowd get it. But I forgot one thing, and it's all a part of messaging, too. So I don't want you to shift gears, but this is the end of NASA and the Super Bowl and the stupid stuff. Go back, get into jelly donut mode and all the nonsense that he was puffing out. Listen to this.
We're all getting excited. We're both up for the same nomination tonight, and we're actually cheering for her. It was an all-girls album written by all women, produced by a friend of ours, Alyssa Vanderheim. So, yeah, man, we're actually cheering for Kelsey to win that category tonight. So seeing her on the carpet, big cheers for you, Kelsey, baby. Patterns, girl, patterns, girl. Go, Kelsey. We love you, Kelsey. Remember, we said it here before.
Yeah. We got it, Donut. We made sure that we heard what your handlers told you to tell the TV audience. Right? Don't forget, Jelly. This production team was all female. Producers, musicians, everything. Female artists out front, all female. Got it? Yeah, I got it. But don't forget, it's important. Satan just can't wait until all the Eves of the garden are in charge. And woe to you men. Woe to you men. Wow. All right, start the music again. Still got a minute to go. Thank you, Margaret. Well, let's go in the chat. Let's do that. 60 seconds in the chat. Gary Towner, good morning. Nice to see you, my brother. He got the tip of the hat this morning, too. Mr. Towner was in early. Neil Cosentino, yo, Neil, yo. Yeah, it's all Fugazi. Woman at the Well, my dear, thank you for the digital donuts and the conceptual coffee. Who is Power Mix 24? Yeah, I'll see you at church. Got to be part of the Alabama congregation. That's good. Lots going on down there with Pastor Odell, too, and his run for Lieutenant Governor of Alabama. and they're messing with him something awful. It's a spiritual battle, folks. It's not political. It's not space age. It's all spiritual. It's a spiritual battle. A warfare between good and evil. Who else is in there? Aunt Sally, of course. It's beautiful to see you again. I'm Henry the Eighth, I am. Henry the Eighth, I am. I've been married 7 times before. Everyone was an Henry. Never was a Willie or a Sam. I'm her 8th old man, I'm Henry. Henry the 8th, I am. Second verse, same as the first. Whole world's a stage. We got a @user. Found out, too, that Ed Birch, there's a bunch of them in there. We had pretty good numbers this morning. Pretty good numbers this morning. All right, I think that's it. Oh, and right there, I missed the countdown. I missed the T-minus 0 and holding. I'm just rambling. All right, we're going to be right on the button. So I appreciate y'all. And Neil, you keep telling me that you live so close to Dean. You should go over there. Yeah, well, the ether conversation is a conversation that we all need to have. But I agree with you. Till somebody can bring me a cup full of ether. I don't know what it is. If it is, there's something up there. But yep, Pastor Dean is of the belief that there is some ether up there, as are a few others. And then there are some that want to see a cup of it. So, me too. I want to see a cup of ether. Is that too much to ask? I don't think so. And it's always done in love. You know, there are a lot of things that I don't understand. That's the understatement of the year. May the peace, joy, love, grace, and joy, I mean really joy of the Lord, our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, be with you this day and every day. God bless you, saints. And if the lakes don't thaw and well, that's all. I'll see you next week sometime. Bye-bye. Love you.
Telling me things you're gonna do for me. Take care, fisherman in a box.
Yeah.